If you're a fan of basketball or just sports in general, you have no doubt heard the argument about LeBron versus Michael Jordan as the greatest player of all time. Both sides have pretty compelling arguments, and LeBron has the better personal stats and continues to climb all the leaderboards with no signs of slowing down with age. But Jordan has the better team stats, helping lead the Bulls to 6 NBA titles and a perfect finals record as well during that span. A lot of people also factor in the fact that Jordan stayed with the Bulls for several years, and while LeBron has sort of hopped around from team to team. However, even after hopping from team to team, there have been several times where LeBron has proved that he's the greatest of all time. Welcome back to our channel, where today we're going to be going over 5 times that LeBron has proved that he's the GOAT. Sit back and enjoy. First up, we got to talk about LeBron's longevity. In the middle of his 15th season, James passed Jordan for career games played. He seemed to be completely in his prime when he was healthy and on the court, so who knows when his numbers are going to drop off. James has now completed his 19th season in the league and is still not showing any sign of stopping anytime soon. At 37 years old, LeBron is putting up numbers like he's 27, putting up 30.3 points per game, 8.2 boards, and 6.2 assists this past season. LeBron also sits second all-time on the all-time scoring list, just around 1,300 points behind the great Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and is 7th on the all-time assist list, and could easily see his name shoot up to the top by the end of next season. James is playing at a level that nobody has really seen from someone his age, and James doesn't plan on leaving anytime soon. He's already stated multiple times that he'd love to play a season with his son Bronny, and he just signed a 2-year deal with the LA Lakers. If LeBron continues to play at the same pace throughout the contract, and potentially even past it, he will easily go down as the greatest player of all time. Even Jordan didn't play for nearly this long, and he was also producing much less at his older age, proving LeBron has the edge in that category. Next up is no college needed. This may be a little petty, but it's true. Jordan spent 3 years at the University of North Carolina playing under one of the greatest college basketball coaches of all time in Dean Smith. Yet LeBron went straight to the league after high school and started his career at just 19 years old. He was drafted by his hometown team, the Cleveland Cavaliers, with the first overall pick in the 2003 draft, and in his first ever NBA game, he put up 25 points in a match against the Sacramento Kings. That point total is still an NBA record for the most points scored by a prep-to-pro player in their first ever NBA game. James would go on to become the first ever Cavalier to win the Rookie of the Year award and was just the 3rd player in history to average more than 20 points per game, 5 assists, and 5 boards in a season as a rookie. At just 20 years old, coaches around the league were already calling him one of the best players in the league. The Cavs continued to get better and better during his first 2 years, and in his 3rd year, he helped lead Cleveland to the playoffs. In his first ever postseason game, he dropped a triple-double in a win. In Game 3 of the same series against the Wizards, he made his first clutch game-winning shot and then did the same exact thing in Game 5 of the series. Cleveland would go on to win the series, but lost in round 2 to the Pistons. Being able to make the jump straight from rookie to an NBA superstar is an incredibly difficult feat, and yet LeBron made it look so easy. He made an immediate impact the second that he stepped onto an NBA court and changed the Cavaliers franchise and the NBA as a whole. And sure, you say that Jordan did the same thing, but he didn't make the jump straight from high school, giving LeBron another win in that column. Next up, ending the curse. LeBron has always been a player that makes teams around him so much better. Nothing is more indicative of that than the record of the Cavs and the Miami Heat in the season that he left both squads. LeBron helped lead the Cavaliers to the playoffs and passed the Washington Wizards in the first round without a whole lot of star talent. The year after LeBron left Cleveland, the Cavs went 19-63. His time in Miami was spent with a lot more talent, as he and Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh made up the Big Three in South Beach. Yet a similar thing happened after he left. The next season, the Heat went 37-45. LeBron makes his team championship or at least playoff contenders, and without him, there's no playoffs. This became even more apparent after LeBron returned to Cleveland after his time in Miami, and in his first season led the Cavs to the NBA Finals in the 2014-2015 season. This also made him the first player since the 1960s to play in 5 straight finals. The Cavs would lose to Golden State in the finals, and it's easy to see why. 2 of James' teammates were sidelined with injuries, and one man just can't do it all in a whole series. However, James and the Cavs came back with a vengeance the next season and advanced comfortably to the NBA Finals, only losing 2 playoff games on the road there for a rematch with the Golden State Warriors. This Warriors team was even better than the last, winning a record 73 games. And it was easy to see why they won so many, as they jumped out to an early 3-1 series lead and blew out the Cavs in 2 of those 3 contests. James refused to go down without a fight, however, and had back-to-back 41-point outbursts in Games 5 and 6. He'd put up a triple-double in Game 7, including the clutchest block of his career with just over a minute left in the game, and the Cavs would come out as victors. This win officially ended a 52-year Cleveland sports title drought known as a curse by many people who lived in the area, and they also became the first team in NBA history to win a championship after being down in the series 3-1. And to add a cherry on top, LeBron became the 3rd player in NBA history to record a triple-double in Finals Game 7. Pretty hard for Jordan to top that one. Next up, reaching 30K, 10K, 10K. Back when Jordan was playing in the NBA, the mere thought of anyone scoring 30,000 points, 10,000 boards, and dishing out 10,000 assists was simply unrealistic and would never happen. Yet in March of this past season, LeBron officially joined that club and its only member, and he will probably be for a very long time, if not forever. Not to mention, with the incredible consistency that LeBron has been playing with over the course of his career, it's not unlikely for him to hit 40,000 points, which would put him at an even higher league of his own. You can read between the lines when it comes to these stats. They make LeBron better, and everyone knows it. Next up, he put the team above himself. This is one of the clearest differences between Jordan and LeBron, and that's the reason why each of them are so brilliant in their own ways. However, Jordan was always under the impression that the game was about him and revolved around him. Jordan knew he was the center of attention and made sure all of his teammates knew it as well, even getting into verbal arguments with several teammates over the years. James is way different, however, and one moment says it all in his career. After Kyrie Irving hit the game-winning shot in Game 7 of the 2016 NBA Finals, it seemed like almost no one was happier than LeBron was for Kyrie. And that's exactly what he was all about and what he wanted the team to be about. James is all about family and teamwork, whereas Jordan is all about himself and looking good in his own eyes. And that's what separates the greats from the greatest of all time. Even though we just gave a list proving why LeBron is the GOAT, we're sure that there will be several people who will provide a list of their own for why Jordan's the GOAT. This is why this argument will never end, ever. But for today, it's going to have to, as that's going to do it for today's video. But before you leave, be sure to leave your opinions in the comment section down below. If you want to have some fights with some other subscribers, feel free. We're giving you a platform to do so. Who's the GOAT, Jordan or LeBron? But if you're going to argue, you got to give some valid reasons why. So be sure to comment, be sure to like this video, and of course, subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. Also, if you're a huge fan, go ahead and ring that post notification bell so that you get informed whenever we drop a video. Thanks again, and we'll see you guys in the next one.